How's it digging, my shovels? This is Spade here, and first off, just want to say thank you everyone on the kind feedback on the Thunderous song that I did. It's so cool to do something like random out of the blue, and the feedback from you guys, it just really made me happy, so thank you everyone so much. But anyways, here today we have another rarely used tier match with Hariyama and friends, and this is a match that I had against Petrokai's 97, yes, and looking at his team, he has really nothing that really enjoys Hariyama. His only resistance to close combat is Galvantula, and close combat with Guts is a one-hit KO on Galvantula. So that means Hariyama has huge potential in this match, and so I decided to lead with it because it pairs up well with basically anything. I can just fake out, get my Guts, go from there, and it turns out he leads with Sandflash just to set up his rocks and just go from there. But just gonna go for the fake out and get my Toxic Orb going on, and then I'm gonna fire off a Ice Punch, and that's gonna do a nice chunk. And because Hariyama doesn't really like Sandflashes, it's gonna freeze the Sandflash yet again, just like in the previous match. Whenever there's something that Hariyama doesn't like that kind of walls Hariyama, Hariyama just freezes things that wall it, because that makes it much easier to deal with. But since this guy doesn't have any ghost types or anything, I'm just gonna go for the CC, which is a tad bit more powerful than super effective Ice Punch. So that will be enough to take out the Sandflash, and it only managed to set up his Stealth Rock, so things are looking pretty good. But now in comes the Galvantula, and I don't want to take a hit from him, and I got Nidoqueen to take its dual stab and basically anything from him. So yeah, just gonna send it in, and he does go for the Thunders, so that is extremely nice, as it gives me a free chance to set up my Stealth Rocks on the switch. And it looks like, well, he doesn't have his spinner anymore since I kinda destroyed it, so he won't be able to spin away my rocks. But yeah, in comes the Munchlax, which does kind of wall Nidoqueen, so I need to switch out. And I'm gonna go back into Hariyama. I know I can take one Body Slam and then just fire off a close combat yet again. And in comes the Feraligatr, and let's see how much this close combat does to him. So the HP goes down, and yeah, it's an easy one-hit KO on the Feraligatr, no questions about it. So knock him out just like that. And now he's gonna be going into his Ember, and I definitely want to save my Hariyama for later, because if I just get a chance to bring it in safely against the Munchlax, it means something is going to bite the dust yet again. So anyways, gonna go into Slowking to pretty much take anything from him. I was kinda expecting the Flare Blitz. He does go for the EQ. Don't see an item, and that EQ did quite a bit to my Slowking, which does have great amount of physical bulk investment in it, so I'm kind of thinking he's banded, because yeah, didn't see an item, and that did do a chunk of damage. But anyways, gonna go for the Toxic on the switch. I catch the Munchlax, which isn't too bad, because even though he has rest, I can force him to use it, giving me a chance to do something later on. But anyways, now I'm just gonna go into my Kabutops, another Pokemon that can easily take a Body Slam. Unfortunately, I do get paralyzed, but what I just wanted to do here is go for the Rapid Spin and get rid of the rocks, because since his Sandslash is now gone, he won't be able to set them up again. So Stealth Rocks, I will have a free field of Stealth Rocks for the rest of this game, which is extremely nice. And luckily don't get paralyzed, so I'm able to get off my Rapid Spin, get rid of those nasty rocks. But now in comes the Sceptile, and just gonna go into Amoonguss to take the obvious grass type move. Luckily he isn't anything like a physical Swords Dance set. That could have been kind of trouble to everything except for Hariyama, of course. But turns out he's special, so that works out nicely. And now what I'm going to do is go into my Clefable. I was pretty sure he would go back into his Munchlax, and what I wanted to do is just go for a Wish. Even if he stayed in, the worst thing he could have done is HP Fire, and Clefable, obviously, especially defensive for that matter, could have taken a hit. But what I really wanted to do is go for the Wish, and I was pretty sure if he would go into his Munchlax, he would be forced to rest, which is indeed the case. So that's gonna give me kind of a chance to pass that Wish to Hariyama, I'm kind of hoping. And because Hariyama wants the Wish, he is going to get the Wish. He's gonna force the Munchlax to use rest. He saw that coming from a mile away, because in this match, everything is just going Hariyama's way. There was only one Pokemon that was able to take hits from Hariyama, and Hariyama takes no shite from that kind of Pokemon. So Hariyama freezes those things that are able to take hits, and Hariyama is able to control the hacks in this match in his favor, even though it was like a 66% chance for things to go against Hariyama. But still Hariyama manages to defy the odds, fire off yet another close combat, and my opponent is forced to sack something. He goes into Sceptile, and just to spite him, my opponent, he's gonna get a crit on that as well. But now in comes the Ember. That's gonna put a stop for now for Hariyama. So we need to switch out. Gonna go into Slowking and take another hit from this Ember, and this time he does go for the close combat. And what I was kind of thinking here is he may want to go back into his freaking Munchlax, so that would potentially give me another chance to set up here and go for the Swords Dance and then sweep my opponent's team with Aqua Jet and Stone Edge. But he actually stays in. It still works out because I can take a hit with 4 times resistance. But I end up getting paralyzed, so I can't even go for Aqua Jet right here, which I was kind of hoping. I thought I would just play it safe and go for the Aqua Jet since, you know, he did stay in with the Ember. But since I'm kind of getting bad with my luck, I decided to switch back to Slowking. There's no reason to really risk it, and I didn't really want to since I do have Slowking, which is a perfect switch into this Ember. But anyways, now I decided to just play it safe. Go for the Psychic in case he wants to stay in, but he actually goes into his Galvantula again. And Psychic does do a hefty chunk, but it doesn't take him out. So need to switch out because I'm fearing his dual stat moves, obviously. So I'm gonna go into my Nidoqueen yet again, just like earlier. But he does kind of decide to go the middle way, and he goes for the Giga Drain. And it actually gives him enough HP to be able to live another Stealth Rock switch in, and so he's gonna take his chances and just switch out. And this time he goes in his Munchlax. I decided to play it safe and just go for the Earth Power, because again, even if he does go in his Munchlax like he just did, I still have my Hariyama and I can safely switch it in. The worst thing that he can do is maybe get the Body Slam, which he indeed does get, but still I do have enough health to live 1 since I did get the wish earlier, and that means it is clobbering time. And down goes the Munchlax easily, and because Hariyama is indeed in a rampage in this match, he's gonna get another crit because Hariyama said so. Hariyama can call the hacks in this match in his favor, and now in comes the Galvantula, and guess what's going to happen? Gonna go for the Bullet Punch and get yet another crit. Didn't matter again because he was so low on HP, and this is a guts boosted hit from Hariyama. Easily would have been able to take him out. And yeah, Hariyama is going to claim yet another victim before going down. So Hariyama is going to take something down with him, and now his last Pokemon is the Ember. And of course Kabutops gets paralyzed. I was hoping to obviously finish him off with the Aqua Jet, but it just doesn't happen, and he locks himself into the EQ, so I'm just gonna go into my Among Us and finish him off with the Sludge Bomb, and that will be the game. So, thank you for watching, and by the way, since I was using the enemy's HP code in this recording, I guess that's a question of the day. What do you think about it? I think it's a nice, neat little feature that kind of adds something new and fresh to the battle, since before you haven't been able to see your enemy's HP during battles. And of course this is only for like the recording that you do after you have had the battle, or I guess it would be possible to have this in the battle itself, which would be kind of cheating, but only if you're doing it like through an emulator, which I am not able to do, at least not yet, but I guess that would be possible. But still, you know, it's a thing, nice extra little thing for the post-commentary battles, which is kind of neat, especially if there's like a battle where there's like smidgens flying from side to side, and your opponent constantly keeps living with a tiny little knob, and now you're able to see your opponent's HP. Not really sure how often I'm going to be using this. Not that it's really trouble or anything, but at first glance it's kind of strange, but you know, maybe I might be using that every now and then. So yeah, thought I'd ask your opinions and what you think about it. But anyways, that being said, I think this is going to be all for today. So thank you so much for watching. And until next time, this is the Flaming Spade signing out. Peace.